A popular streamer, 2500 elo in chess. Look at that growth. And banned for cheating. This is Drknightvision. An incredible chess player that was just misunderstood by those evil, mean, fair play people who wanna secure a chess platform where people don't cheat. Horrible, horrible people. Well then, let's introduce the protagonist of this video, and what better than his defense why chess.com closed my account.
Today I opened my account and it was gone. Rating 700. Ego somehow intact.
He was rated 700 and his ego was somehow intact. If I was rated 700, my ego would shatter to smithereens. Could you imagine that? Being rated 700 and having any degree of self-confidence? I could not.
It looks like losing to people who are losing to everyone else. It looks like hanging your queen in just 6 moves and telling yourself it was a mouse slip.
Yes. Preach, my kin, preach.
I played, I stopped, I came back, I stopped again. Chess does that to you. It doesn't let go you cleanly.
It doesn't let go me cleanly. He's right.
And still I would open that app again. That's not dedication, that's something closer to a grudge.
That sounds like addiction.
I had a grudge against this game for 2-3 years.
Ah, if you hold a grudge against him, that is a ban immediately. He's such a hero fighting the good fight.
About a month ago, I made a decision, not a hype decision, just a quiet one. The kind you make when you're done negotiating with yourself.
Oh.
I was sitting at 2200 elo and I thought, what if I actually went for it?
Oh, he just decided that he was gonna play better. Oh, I mean, he should send it in as appeal request to chess.com. Unban, please. Dear chess.com, I didn't cheat. I simply decided to play better. That is why I gained all those elos. So what does someone simply deciding to get good look like? So let's say in 30 days. So he went from 2200 to 2557. So a 300 elo increase. Well, I mean, that doesn't sound suspicious at all. I've seen people go from 700 to 1000, so this must be fine.
Started streaming daily live on YouTube and I called the journey to 3000. And I want you to understand what that means. What it means to announce a destination that publicly at a rating that far away to an audience that is watching in real time.
Everyone knows that if you say something on the internet, that's like a moral contract.
That is not the move of someone trying to hide something.
If I were to hide my cheating, I would certainly not live stream it for financial gain. I'd just sit in my basement, cold and alone.
That's not how any of this works.
It's not
if
how
you're
it
cheating,
works.
you don't turn on the cameras.
That's so, it's so
chat
right.
view?
Never has a cheater ever turned the camera on. Cheater caught live on camera.
He's actually streaming.
He is live.
Unbelievable.
And he's cheating, bro!
Oh my, this is what it's like. Oh my god. This
You're not supposed to see people through the walls. But I mean, this is not how it works. He told people he was gonna win a victory royale. And if he was cheating, he wouldn't have turned the camera on.
Started tuning in not just for chess, but for the chase.
Yeah.
Because watching someone genuinely improving.
He understands people like watching him because number keeps going up. Therefore, he has absolutely no incentive to keep making the number go up via unfair means. It's just not how this works.
In just 30 days, my rating went from 2200 elo to 2550 elo.
And there's absolutely nothing suspicious about this.
350 rating points jump in 30 days on stream in front of everyone. I didn't think it was controversial. I just thought it was a story. Yesterday, someone messaged me. They said there was a Reddit thread. A thread where people were mass reporting my account.
Shock!
Coordinated, organized, because of the 350 points in 30 days.
What?
I haven't seen this thread. I want to be clear about that. I went looking and I haven't found it. Maybe it exists. Maybe the person was wrong. Maybe it's somewhere I didn't search. But here's what I do know. 12 hours later, I opened my account and it was gone.
Correlation, everyone. See, correlation always equals causation. So a Reddit thread happened and then he got banned for fair play. That must have caused each other. It can't have anything to do with his games that he played. If you go to his Discord from Drknightvision over here, you'll see a lot of people like joining in. The mass report ban is a common thing. When Hikaru got defeated by GM blah 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 blah, his chat mass reported him and then his account got banned. And therefore the mass report ban is common common and it happens all the time. Hey, you doofuses. Fair play violations aren't a democratic system.
I sat there, stared at the screen, and the first thought that I had, the very first thought, wasn't anger. It was confusion, because I had streamed every single game. The evidence of my improvement wasn't hidden in some private match history.
Where's the evidence of his improvement, though? He won almost all his games. Him showing his improvement is right there. I mean, this is just clearly what someone who's improving looks like, not someone who's crushing a much weaker opposition.
It was on YouTube, timestamped.
Don't see any timestamps.
Me explaining my thought process out loud in real time. Drawing arrows on chessboard, explaining all the ideas I had.
Okay guys, in this video we're gonna defeat Stockfish and I'm gonna explain all my thoughts live. So I'll start with the English opening. This isn't Stockfish, I think this is Komodo. Now, what move should I play? I think I should play knight to f3, drawing arrows. And I need to explain my moves. So I develop a piece and I further control the center, yes.
I had documented my own growth more thoroughly than almost anyone. And it still wasn't enough.
You didn't really document your growth, right? You documented your wins. Which coach did you go to? What study methods did you use? I would like to emulate a 400 elo point growth in 30 days.
And the fair play systems that platforms use are sophisticated. Machine learning,
Machine learning, statistics, buzzwords,
statistical deviation, engine correlation,
alternate interior angles, amplitudes, analytical geometry, approximation by differentials, area of a trapezoid. Am I convincing you that I'm not cheating?
They are not guessing. But here's the thing about statistical systems. They are trained on averages, and by definition, outliers look like anomalies.
Guys, he's just above statistics. He's just built different. Statistics still can't understand this man. I don't understand how in the same video you can say, oh, chess.com's system is it's like uses advanced statistics, statistical deviations. And then you can also turn around and be like, the reason why I got banned is because people mass reported me and then it just auto banned me for no good reason. It just doesn't work that way.
Someone improving 350 points in just 30 days is an outlier. I know that, everyone knows that. But outliers exist. That's literally what the word means.
No, I looked it up. He has a point.
Magnus Carlsen existed. Every prodigy in history was statistically an anomaly.
Alright, prodigies exist. Good argument. So, let's look at his graph again. He went from about 2230 to about 2557 in 145 games. So he played 145 games. 327 elo rating increase, okay? That means that 327 divided by 145 is about a 2.26 elo increase per game. Now let's look at Faustino Oro. Now look at this all-time graph. He started at around 600 elo and he climbed up really quick because he's a prodigy. Now let's go to when he was about 2200. Okay, so during this period he went to a rating of about 2241 to an elo about 2278. Meaning that Faustino Oro at the same rating had about a 37 elo rating increase. But okay, he played less games. In this time span, he played about 43 games. So what's his average rating increase? That would be 37 elo over 43 games, which is about a 0.86 elo increase per game. Okay, that's interesting. What does this tell us? Yes, prodigies exist. Faustino Oro is a prodigy. And this is a good elo increase per game. Genuinely, this is really good because he's a prodigy, for crying out loud. He improved at a rapid rate. However, this is still what improvement looks like. This isn't. This is you beating up weaker oppositions. Despite the fact that you were stuck at 2000 for like a year, you slowly climbed your way up there and then you went up 300 points in 30 days. But no guys, prodigies like Faustino Oro exist. That's why it's not suspicious that I out-improved him by about 3 times as quickly. My man, that is not a defense.
The system doesn't know that I was studying chess seriously behind the screen.
Unlike that Faustino Oro guy, who totally wasn't doing that.
The system just sees the numbers, and the numbers look fast. And maybe it's right. I have to be honest, I cannot argue with the data I haven't seen. I don't have access to what they flagged. I don't know which games triggered it. I don't know if the mass reporting influenced the review. I genuinely don't know.
I don't know this. I don't know that. What do you know? Because so far this entire video has been you going, I probably got mass reported, though I don't know that. And I probably just improved really quickly, and that's why I triggered it, but I don't know that. So what's your defense? You got banned for cheating. Why would anyone still believe you?
What I do know is what I felt playing those games. What I know is that I was there, inside those positions, thinking, calculating, getting it right, getting it wrong, and adjusting my gameplay accordingly.
Let's look at Faustino Oro again. So in 2020 he was still rated about 1,000. And here we reached 2021, right? And he did like a lot of improvements. Around this time, he was already improving at Blitz. He was already like a really strong player. Because during the same time period, his Blitz rating was 2200. Let's look at his average accuracy. 80.4, 86.2, 92, 86.1, 65.5. Against the cheater though, so fair enough. 80.2. I mean, he's rushing way weaker opposition, but going pretty high accuracies. Let's look at your average accuracies. From top to bottom. 95.4, 91.4, 96.4, 87.1, 86.1, 90, 68.6. Wow, isn't that weird? He just knows that he was there, in the position, playing all of Drknightvision's top suggested moves.
Whether that's enough, I'll let you decide.
I'm convinced.
2,000 people subscribed to me in 1 month. Thousands of people showed up to watch someone chase an impossible number. Those people woke up today and my stream wasn't there.
No.
And my account was gone.
No.
I don't know how to explain what that feels like.
No.
To have built something small but real. With real people who are genuinely invested.
Real,
And then have it go quiet overnight. Not because I stopped, not because I quit. Because of a red banner.
He's the real victim. He has now been completely deplatformed, which is why he live streamed today to 13,000 people. He's such a victim.
The people who reported me, whoever they are, if that thread is even real, they don't know any of that. They saw a number that didn't look right to them, and they decided to act on it.
Those horrible, horrible people who hate you saw a number that's too high and they decided that I should report him to the authorities. I apologize, guys. I'm such a disgusting individual.
And maybe they thought they were doing the right thing. Maybe they were. That's the part that keeps me up.
Didn't a professional look over your statistics? Those monsters! Damn them!
There's something uniquely brutal about being doubted at the exact moment when you were finally believing in yourself.
Oh my goodness, he was just starting to believe. Oh, the Redditors. The Redditors with their mean mass reports. Here he Drknightvision. He's starting to believe. What a hero. What an absolute unit of a man. Oh, he got shot.
Just taught me something I keep forgetting and keep relearning.
Buddy, then you haven't learned it. Gambling keeps teaching me this thing that I keep forgetting, and that's that I should stop gambling. Now in this game, he's playing against a prodigy. One prodigy against another. That should be fun.
Master, guys. It's a candidate master.
I love how little attention he pays to the game. If you're thinking, oh, it's because it's just the opening, that doesn't change at all.
Obviously, he's trying to push this, which I'll just drop back my bishop. I can go knight here. I can go bishop there. I think I'll go bishop here first.
His explanation is really bad, by the way. And this is what I mean, he doesn't explain his moves. H4, you're provoking this pawn to push. Now, normally what you do in the Caro-Kann in positions like this, you don't play H5. You will play H5 if the position was something like this. However, in a position like this, usually you want to attack the bishop with your knight. The bishop is only guarded by the pawn. You don't want to let white take over here and completely ruin your kinside pawn structure. So, after knight e5, bishop back, you can now always choose to support this knight with like f4. And he will defend himself by constantly saying things like, oh, but my chess moves were so easy and that's why the accuracy was so high. He has done this in his own video and he will do so in his Discord. The game I played with 99% accuracy against an FM, they were really simple moves. Doesn't take Reed Widget's level of intelligence to find those moves. Okay, but it's very arbitrary. You could also consider knight d7. To me that makes more sense strategically because you take away the d5 square. It also happens to be the best move.
Maybe chop off the knight, chat. The knight looked juicy. Bro, defeat him? Yes, sir.
See, the point of this move was if they do nothing, we take the knight. You're not wrong, but knight e5.
I like immediately I wasn't even ready quite well. And Chess.com just gave me a title play immediately.
Still not paying attention to the game.
Wow. Amazing. Is he going to sacrifice?
No.
Nah, there's no way he's going to sacrifice, right?
Right?
I mean, if he sacrificed, that's insane.
Yes, that is insane.
That's insane if he sacrificed Shad. That would be so insane if he actually sacrifices his knight on f7.
Again, why would he?
How do you learn so much variations and opening? I don't even know where to start. Brother, it just happens on your own. Like, play so many games, analyze afterwards. Or first of all, if you don't have chess.com membership, then you should definitely buy it. It's definitely worth it.
You should not buy chess.com membership if you want to learn opponents.
Also, it's not that expensive. For 1 year,
It is pretty expensive considering Lichess is a free service.
I can takes and then castle maybe. Takes, queen takes, and then castle.
And again, right, he'll say, all my moves are really simple. His line was, I can take, and castle. Takes is the best move, by the way. If I want to play like an accurate game, why not castle first? Take, how is this inferior? The engine sees it. The engine says this is 0.4, and this position, if I take, is 0.05. Why? Like now I, of course, have to castle, otherwise there's a mate on f7. What's the difference? Because I've dragged the queen here, and my queen still stands on the home square. Well, if you just aesthetically compare this, now my queen stands here, and his queen still stands here blocking the bishop. Now, it's definitely something you can figure out, right? If you spend the time on the position, you can figure out that knight takes h5 is better. He's not doing that. In fact, he's barely even looking at his screen. You can say, oh, the moves are so simple. It's really not, because like, if I was paying this little attention, or if I was playing a blitz game, I just castle here, I let him take, and I think like, you've held my queen develop, your queen still blocks the bishop, so this would be better than me taking here and then castling, because now he can develop his bishop to d3. See how not at all the moves were super freaking easy? And you know what? I would have gotten an inaccuracy, and my game would have been a 93% accuracy rather than 99.
I think it's going for the kingside attack, by the way. I think it's going for this kingside attack and castle on the long side. But the thing is, he cannot castle on the long side. I mean, I guess he can. I mean, he could play something like bishop here. Oh no, he can castle on the king side. Although the king cannot go on this square later on c1.
I have no idea if this guy even knows what castling is.
The thing about castling is that you cannot cross the danger zone of the bishop. You cannot castle on the towards the danger side of the board.
The danger side of the board.
Because my bishop is staring at this diagonal, so of course the king can castle on the long side. But I think it's going to play bishop here, or bishop on d3. W is in the chat, guys. W is in the chat. Thank you so much, brother.
Another move, right? Not explained, of course. All the moves are really easy. Queen c7. And big spoilers, it's the top move of the computer, Queen c7. I personally don't understand what the difference is between Queen c7 and Queen e7. Or was it just somehow like really easy and simple, and even a 300 elo player could figure out why Queen c7 is better than Queen to e7? Maybe he was thinking about both of these and he thought, oh, I just prefer that this is a battery or some other arbitrary reason. But then it's really shocking, right? That like he makes all these really easy decisions and he just happens to always pick the one that's plus 0.02 better. Crazy how that works, right?
Bro, I so much lack in middle game and attack how to improve. For middle game, you have to learn look at the games of top players and see how they play. See how grandmasters think.
Apparently what he took away from that is by constantly looking at his phone, reading chat and not paying attention to the game.
You can also hop onto Hikaru's stream and watch his live stream.
Yes.
You will definitely learn a lot from him as well. Only one square for bishop. I mean, I can go drop my bishop here, but that just looks way too passive.
There are objectively 2 squares for the bishop, and I don't understand why one is more passive than the other. My reason wouldn't be bishop d6 looks more passive. Bishop f6, queen f3, then I can take on h4. But yeah, something like that. We're trying to keep the queen on h4, so they have to play h5.
Bishop. I think I'm going to put my bishop here. Because if I go bishop at 7,
yes, you should.
It is a tempo game.
It is.
But if I go bishop at 7, queen here, you might push then.
Yes, yes. If I go bishop f5 and they play queen h3, then after I pass my move, of course, then they'll play g4. This line he calculated really explains a lot of the level of his account.
Now he's going to push his pawn, definitely.
So what are you gonna do about it?
Push, bishop here. Oh, I can, if push, I can actually play this.
You know what I found really funny about what just happened there? See, he's gonna push his pawn. He had rook a d8 ready. Top line of the computer once again. This is also how I think in chess. First, I come up with the move, and only afterwards I come up with the reason why it's a good move. Of course. But what would I understand? I'm just simply not built different. Statistics somehow understand me.
He's trying to take my pawn, by the way, guys. He's trying to take my pawn. There's a trick. Actually, there's a trick. Bishop e7, bishop takes, pawn push, bishop here. A pawn push, and I trap his bishop.
Actually excellently calculated. So he played bishop e7. After you take here, I get to play c5. Well done. Actually well calculated. What I don't understand based on this is his next move.
Obviously, he's not going to fall for that. Fall for that trick. But now I can pawn push, I guess. I mean, but this is just normal. He's not going to fall for that, Chad. He's obviously not going to fall for that. He's way too strong.
So in the previous position, you were already hovering over playing b6, and then you saw the trick, and then you decided against it. And then one move your opponent does, which changed nothing about the position. And now you decide that for some reason this threat is worth addressing, even though the exact same trick with pawn c5 still works.
Me explaining my thought process out loud in real time. Drawing arrows on chessboard, explaining all the ideas I had.
So what changed in the position to make you play b6? Also, why wouldn't you just play b6 here? But you know what, maybe I shouldn't be surprised that he's flip-flopping between ideas. Maybe he simply forgot the line he just calculated. I mean, he realistically could. He's not even paying remotely any attention to the game. Anyway, you probably won't be surprised to learn that he eventually ended up winning this game. And if we look at the accuracy score, he scored about a 96.1 accuracy against his opponent's 83, all while barely paying any attention at all to the position. That would be all I have to say. Maybe he really didn't cheat and I'm just coping. And if you're a defender of him, well, good luck with that. If you enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you really like this one, maybe give it a watch. I worked very hard on it. Maybe not, it's your decision. And I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.